Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, where did the time go? It happens to us all. One minute you're planning retirement. The next you're navigating the golden years, sometimes feeling a bit lost in the shuffle. It's easy to get caught up in the narrative that aging is just about decline, aches, pains, forgetting things, slowing down. The world often tells us that getting older means becoming less vibrant, less capable, less ourselves. And for some, sadly, that can feel like a painful reality. The fear of losing independence, the worry about health issues, the feeling that the best years are behind you. It can be overwhelming. But what if I told you that aging doesn't have to be that way? What if the very things you're doing right now, the quiet choices you make every day, are actually signs that you're not just getting older, but that you're aging gracefully? What if these signs point towards not just a good quality of life in your later years, but perhaps even a surprisingly long one? Maybe even reaching that remarkable milestone of 100 years old. Without you even realizing you were on that path. It's a secret many people who live long, happy lives seem to share. They weren't constantly striving for longevity. They were simply living well. And the long life followed. In this video, we're going to explore 6 subtle yet powerful signs that you are navigating this phase of life with grace and resilience. Signs that could very well be indicators of a long and fulfilling journey ahead. Stick around to the end, because there's something I'll share that might genuinely surprise you about this whole process. Let's dive into the first sign, which might seem incredibly simple, almost too obvious, but its impact is profound. You actively maintain a positive outlook and still find room for laughter. Think about the people you know who just seem to glide through challenges. They're not immune to difficulties, far from it. Life throws curveballs at every age, perhaps even more so as we get older with health worries, loss of loved ones, and changing circumstances. But the difference lies in how they react. Do you find yourself able to see the humor in everyday situations? Even when things aren't perfect, do you try to find the silver lining? Or at least accept the situation without falling into deep despair? This isn't about being naive or ignoring problems. It's about resilience. It's about approaching life's inevitable bumps with a can-do attitude. Or at least a I'll get through this attitude, rather than a woe is me one. A positive outlook isn't just a personality trait. It's a habit you cultivate. It means choosing to focus on what's going well, expressing gratitude for the small things, a beautiful sunset, a phone call with a grandchild, a particularly good cup of tea. It means not letting minor aches and pains dictate your entire mood or day. Of course, there are days when it's harder than others, and that's perfectly normal. We all have those days. But if your general inclination is towards optimism, towards finding the light even in dimmer moments, that's a powerful indicator of aging gracefully. Think about how much energy is drained by negativity, by constant complaining or worrying about things you can't control. When you release some of that negativity, you free up so much mental and emotional space. Laughter is a huge part of this. Finding things to laugh about, whether it's watching a funny show, sharing a joke with a friend, or even laughing at yourself when you do something silly, and we all do, is incredibly therapeutic. Laughter reduces stress hormones, boosts your mood, and connects you with others. People who can laugh at themselves and at life's absurdities tend to be more adaptable, more resilient, and simply more pleasant to be around. This positive mindset and sense of humor don't just make the journey of aging more enjoyable. They have tangible physical benefits too. Chronic stress and negativity can wreak havoc on the body, contributing to inflammation and a host of health problems. Conversely, a positive outlook and regular laughter can lower blood pressure, improve immune function, and even reduce pain. So, if you find yourself still chuckling at jokes, finding joy in simple pleasures, and generally trying to look on the bright side, give yourself a pat on the back. You're already cultivating a key ingredient for a long, happy life. It's not about pretending everything is perfect, but about choosing where you focus your energy and maintaining that inner spark that finds light and humor even when the path gets a bit dim. This ability to bounce back, to find the joy, to laugh, it's not just surviving, it's thriving. It suggests a deep well of inner strength and adaptability, qualities absolutely essential for navigating the long road ahead. This positive orientation is like a compass pointing towards resilience, guiding you through the inevitable storms with less wear and tear. Moving on to the second sign, closely related to keeping that spark alive. You remain curious and open to learning new things. Have you noticed how some people seem to get set in their ways as they get older, becoming resistant to change or new ideas? Then there are others who remain vibrant, their eyes bright with interest, always asking questions and eager to understand. This isn't about being a know-it-all. It's about maintaining an active, engaged mind. Curiosity is the fuel for lifelong learning. And lifelong learning is incredibly important for brain health. When you learn something new, whether it's a new language, how to play a musical instrument, how to paint, how to use a new piece of technology, or even just delving into a historical topic that fascinates you, you are building new neural pathways in your brain. You're essentially giving your brain a workout, keeping it flexible and strong. Think of it like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Remaining curious also keeps you connected to the world around you. It prevents you from becoming isolated in your own routine or past experiences. It allows you to relate to younger generations, to understand changing trends, and to find new sources of interest and passion. Being open to learning also means being open to different perspectives. It means being willing to listen, to consider new ideas, and to adapt your thinking. This flexibility isn't just good for your brain, it's good for your relationships and your ability to navigate a world that is constantly evolving. Maybe you've decided to learn how to use social media to stay in touch with family. Or perhaps you've joined a book club to discuss new ideas. Or maybe you're taking an online course about something you've always been interested in. These aren't just ways to pass the time. They are active engagements that keep your mind sharp and your spirit young. The people who age most gracefully are often those who never lose their sense of wonder, who are excited by the prospect of discovering something new. No matter how small, they approach life with a beginner's mind, humble enough to admit they don't know everything and eager to fill those gaps in their knowledge. This constant mental engagement not only helps stave off cognitive decline, but also makes life infinitely more interesting and fulfilling. It keeps you relevant and connected to the world, preventing that feeling of being left behind. If you find yourself still asking why or how and genuinely seeking the answers, if you're willing to try something new, even if it feels a little intimidating at first, you are demonstrating a key sign of graceful aging and setting yourself up for a future where your mind remains active and engaged. It shows a vitality that transcends physical age. You're not just living in the past, you're actively participating in the present and looking forward to the future, fueled by that inherent human drive to understand and explore. This mental aliveness is a strong predictor of both well-being and, yes, potentially a longer life, because a curious mind is less likely to stagnate or withdraw. Continuing on this path of recognizing the quiet strength within us. The third sign you might be aging gracefully, perhaps without even realizing it, is that you prioritize and actively nurture your relationships. As we get older, life can sometimes lead to a shrinking social circle due to retirement, people moving away, or sadly, the loss of friends and family. But those who age gracefully understand the vital importance of connection. They make an effort to stay in touch with loved ones, whether it's regular phone calls, video chats, letters, or getting together in person when possible. They also remain open to forming new connections, perhaps joining clubs, volunteer groups, or community centers. Think about the difference a good conversation with a friend can make, or the warmth of spending time with family. These interactions aren't just pleasant ways to pass the time. They are fundamental to our well-being. Social connection provides emotional support, reduces feelings of loneliness and isolation, which we know can be detrimental to health, and gives us a sense of belonging. When you have strong relationships, you have people to lean on during tough times and people to celebrate with during good times. You have a support network that can offer practical help if needed, but just as importantly, offers emotional comfort and understanding. Aging gracefully isn't about being fiercely independent to the point of pushing others away. It's about recognizing our interdependence and valuing the richness that relationships bring to our lives. It's about being a good friend, a supportive family member, and a contributing part of a community. This might involve reaching out to someone you haven't spoken to in a while, offering help to a neighbor, volunteering your time and skills, or simply being present and truly listening when someone is talking to you. These small acts of connection build a strong social fabric around you, providing a buffer against the stresses of aging. Studies have repeatedly shown a strong link between social connection and longevity. People with robust social networks tend to live longer, healthier lives. This isn't just about having people around. It's about the quality of those connections and the feeling of being valued and understood. If you find yourself making an effort to stay connected, cherishing the time you spend with loved ones, and being open to meeting new people, you are cultivating one of the most powerful ingredients for a long and fulfilling life. You recognize that human connection is not a luxury, but a necessity, a source of strength and joy that sustains us through all of life's seasons. This deliberate effort to maintain and build relationships shows a wisdom that understands that the richest parts of life are often found in the bonds we share with others. It's a sign you are prioritizing the emotional and social nourishment that is just as crucial, if not more so, than physical health in aging well. This ability to give and receive love and support is a hallmark of resilience and a deeply ingrained part of what makes us human. And those who harness it effectively are truly aging with grace. It speaks volumes about your emotional intelligence and your capacity for love and belonging, qualities that brighten not only your own life, but the lives of everyone around you, creating a positive feedback loop of well-being and connection that can genuinely contribute to living a longer, happier life. Moving on to the fourth sign, which perhaps requires a bit of courage and self-acceptance. You adapt to physical changes without letting them define or defeat you. Let's be honest, our bodies change as we age. There might be more aches, less stamina, maybe some health conditions that require management. This is a reality of getting older. However, people who are aging gracefully don't let these changes stop them from living their lives. They acknowledge the changes. They take steps to manage them, like seeing a doctor, exercising within their limits, eating well, but they don't dwell on them to the point of becoming incapacitated or hopeless. They adapt. If they can't walk as far as they used to, maybe they find a scenic spot to sit and enjoy nature, or they use aids that help them stay mobile. If they have dietary restrictions, they find delicious ways to eat healthy meals. If a favorite activity is no longer possible in the same way, they find modified versions or discover new activities that bring them joy. This adaptability is key. It's about finding new ways to do things, modifying expectations, and focusing on what you can do rather than what you can't. It's about listening to your body, being kind to it, and working with it, not against it. It means staying as active as your body allows, because movement is medicine, even if it's just gentle stretching, walking around the house, or chair exercises. It also means taking care of your health proactively, attending appointments, taking prescribed medications, making healthy choices, but doing so from a place of self-care and empowerment, not fear. Aging gracefully in the face of physical changes is about maintaining a sense of agency. It's about saying, okay, my body is different now, but I am still me. and I can still live a full and meaningful life. It's about finding joy in adapted activities, appreciating the capabilities you still have, and not letting limitations shrink your world unnecessarily. People who do this well don't complain constantly about their ailments. They talk about how they are managing them and finding ways to continue enjoying life. They look for solutions and workarounds. They prioritize their energy for things that matter most to them. This ability to adapt physically is closely tied to mental and emotional resilience. It shows a strength of spirit that refuses to be defined by physical limitations. You are recognizing that while your body may change, your capacity for experience, joy, and connection does not have to diminish. This proactive approach to managing physical realities, coupled with a refusal to be solely defined by them, is a powerful indicator of aging gracefully. It demonstrates a deep respect for oneself and a determination to live fully, regardless of physical challenges. It's about embracing your body in its current form and finding ways to make it work for you, rather than feeling limited by it. This practical wisdom and resilience in the face of change are qualities that not only improve your quality of life, but also significantly contribute to your overall health and longevity. You're essentially telling your body and your mind that you're in this together, that you'll find a way to keep moving forward, adapting and finding joy along the way. This collaborative spirit between mind and body is a beautiful aspect of aging gracefully and a strong foundation for many years ahead. It's the difference between feeling like a victim of your body's changes and feeling like a partner with your body, navigating the path together with wisdom and self-compassion. Let's talk about the fifth sign that you might be aging gracefully and heading towards a wonderfully long life. You maintain a strong sense of purpose. As we transition out of traditional roles like full-time work or active parenting, it can be easy to feel adrift, wondering, what now? But those who age gracefully find new sources of meaning and purpose in their lives. Purpose isn't about being busy for the sake of it. It's about having something that motivates you, something that gives your life direction and makes you feel needed and valued. This could be volunteering for a cause you care about, mentoring younger people, pursuing a long-held passion or hobby with renewed vigor, taking care of grandchildren, creating art, gardening, contributing your skills to your community, or even dedicating yourself to learning something new deeply. The key is that it's something that resonates with you and makes you feel like your time and energy are being invested in something meaningful. Having a purpose provides structure to your days and gives you reasons to get up in the morning. It keeps your mind engaged and provides a sense of accomplishment. It also often involves interacting with others, which ties back to the importance of social connection. When you have a purpose, you are less likely to feel lonely or irrelevant. You feel connected to something larger than yourself. Research consistently shows that having a sense of purpose is linked to better physical health, lower stress levels, and increased longevity. It provides a psychological buffer against the challenges of aging and gives you a focus that transcends everyday worries. Think about someone you know who seems to have endless energy and enthusiasm in their later years. Chances are, they are deeply involved in something they care about. Their purpose fuels them. Finding or maintaining a sense of purpose doesn't require grand gestures. It can be found in the quiet dedication to a craft, the joy of nurturing a garden, the fulfillment of helping a neighbor, or the connection felt while sharing stories with family. It's about finding activities that ignite your spirit and make you feel like you are contributing in some way, big or small. If you find yourself driven by something beyond just getting through the day, if there are activities or people that you dedicate your energy to because they feel important and meaningful, you are demonstrating a core sign of aging gracefully. You understand that life at any age is about growth, contribution, and engagement. This isn't about having a job. It's about having a reason to be. A reason to engage with the world and use your unique talents and experiences. This underlying sense of purpose acts as a powerful internal compass, guiding your decisions and filling your days with satisfaction and meaning, contributing significantly to a life that is not only long, but also deeply fulfilling. It's the difference between simply existing and truly living, with intention and passion, regardless of how many birthdays you've celebrated. And finally, the sixth sign, which might be the most challenging yet most liberating of all. You practice self-compassion and acceptance. Aging brings with it inevitable losses, loss of physical abilities, loss of loved ones, loss of familiar roles. It also brings reflection on the past, with its share of regrets and mistakes. Aging gracefully requires a gentle approach to yourself. It means being kind to yourself, acknowledging your feelings without judgment, and accepting yourself as you are, imperfections and all. This isn't about giving up on self-improvement, but it is about releasing the harsh self-criticism that many of us carry. It means understanding that you are human. You've done your best with the knowledge and circumstances you had at the time, and that it's okay not to be perfect. Self-compassion means treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a dear friend going through a difficult time. It means allowing yourself rest when you need it, not pushing yourself relentlessly, and celebrating your accomplishments, no matter how small. It also involves accepting the realities of aging, the changes in your body, the shifts in your life circumstances, without constantly fighting against them or wishing things were different. Acceptance isn't resignation. It's acknowledging what is and finding peace with it, allowing you to then focus your energy on what you can influence: your attitude, your choices, your relationships, your purpose. People who age gracefully have often made peace with their pasts and are able to live fully in the present. They don't ruminate endlessly on mistakes or losses. They learn from their experiences but don't let them define their entire existence. They understand that everyone has a story, and theirs, with all its twists and turns, has led them to where they are today. Practicing self-compassion also means setting healthy boundaries, saying no when you need to, and prioritizing your own well-being. It's recognizing that taking care of yourself isn't selfish. It's necessary if you want to have the energy and capacity to care for others and engage with the world. If you find yourself treating yourself with kindness, acknowledging your struggles without harsh self-judgment, and accepting the present moment with a sense of peace, you are embodying a profound aspect of graceful aging. You are cultivating an inner resilience that is not dependent on external circumstances, but springs from a deep well of self-acceptance and inner peace. This gentle self-relationship allows you to navigate the ups and downs of later life with greater emotional stability and contentment. It frees you from the burden of trying to be someone you're not, or constantly striving for an impossible ideal. This inner peace, this acceptance of self, is not only key to emotional well-being, but also has ripple effects on physical health, reducing stress and promoting a sense of calm. It's a quiet strength that supports you in living authentically and fully in your later years. This capacity for self-kindness and acceptance is perhaps the deepest sign of wisdom that comes with age, suggesting a maturity and inner peace that are fundamental to aging gracefully and building a life that feels rich and meaningful, day by day, for potentially many years to come. It's the ultimate act of self-care, one that provides a bedrock of stability and contentment, essential for thriving in the long run. So, we've talked about maintaining a positive outlook, staying curious, nurturing relationships, adapting to physical changes, having a sense of purpose, and practicing self-compassion. These aren't just nice ways to live, they are powerful indicators of a life well lived, a life being navigated with grace and resilience. They are the quiet habits and mindsets that people who live long, happy lives often share. It's not about magic pills or expensive treatments. It's about how you engage with the world and with yourself. Remember, small changes and shifts in perspective can make a monumental difference to your health and happiness at any age, especially as you get older. If you recognized even one or two of these signs in yourself, know that you are already on a wonderful path, You are aging gracefully, perhaps without even giving yourself enough credit for it. The way you choose to live your life now is laying the foundation for the years ahead, potentially many, many vibrant years. You have the wisdom of experience, the perspective gained over decades, and the opportunity to focus on what truly matters. Embrace these signs within yourself. Cultivate them further. Connect with others who share these values. And most importantly, be gentle and kind to yourself on this journey. Your ability to find joy, stay engaged, connect deeply, adapt bravely, pursue purpose, and accept yourself kindly are your greatest assets. They are your secret superpowers for aging well and potentially living a remarkably long life, filled with meaning and contentment. Don't underestimate the power of these seemingly simple qualities. They are the essence of a life lived fully. Regardless of the number of candles on the cake, if any of these signs resonated with you, or if you have other signs of graceful aging you'd like to share, please leave a comment below. We can all learn from each other's experiences. And if you found this video helpful or encouraging, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And don't forget to subscribe for more content on living your best life at every age. Remember, the journey continues, and you are equipped with everything you need to make it a truly beautiful and fulfilling one. Live your best life at every age.